Hi everybody, my name is Paul Fleming. I'm the General Secretary of Equity, and I'm here with my colleagues and comrades, Paul Liversey, the regional official, Vicky Brazier, who's an actor and one of our elected members of the Union's Council, and Zoe Iqbal, who is a local Manchester actor and a regular worker at the Oldham Coliseum too. We just had a meeting with the Arts Council to talk about the implications of their decision for the whole community, for the nighttime economy, for the hospitality industry in and around Oldham, but specifically also for our members. We have to be really, really clear that 20% of actor work in Greater Manchester is under threat as a result of this decision. That is an enormous impact on our members, an enormous impact as well on sustainability of culture in the Northwest as a whole. We have really, really, really serious strategic concerns about what Oldham means. This isn't just about a building in one part of Greater Manchester. This is about a community, and it is about the sustainability of our industries in the region. The Arts Council have told us nothing particularly new today. They have listened to what we've said, and to be fair, they have said they're going to take back to Oldham Council, who we will carry on having conversations with as well, about the importance of making sure that what we call actor weeks, the level of actor employment, is respected in any bid that comes forward. It's very, very clear to us that if a bid comes forward from the council that is not a producing theatre, that's rooted in the community, and that is engaging the same number of actors and indeed backstage professionals, making sure that our colleagues who work backstage and in the building have their jobs protected, we are not going to be happy. So we've set out very, very clearly what the parameters of success are. The ball is very much still in the court of the local authority and also the Arts Council when they assess their bid. So that's your update, I suppose. But if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them, or Vicky, Zoe, or Paul if I can. Right? Well, you don't have to. Go on.
Yeah, are you disappointed with our response? Obviously, you were hoping for additional funding, jobs are on the line now.
I think, are we disappointed with the response? No, because it's not unexpected. We're disappointed with the decision. We're disappointed with the strategy. We're disappointed with the structure of the Arts Council, and we're disappointed with their policies and proposals. I mean, to be fair to the people in this building, they are working through a national portfolio system that means that organisations have to be taken out of it every 3 years. That is decimating, not just in this region, but around the country. They are directed essentially by a central government diktat. Culture funding should be regionalised and put into the hands of the communities and the artists who make it, not in the hands of people several hundred miles away. Nobody in this part of the world would have chosen to make this decision. That is very, 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 very clear. And that is a failure of the Let's Create strategy and a failure of the national portfolio.
Yeah, we're talking about building a new theatre. It's not a chance in the meantime that you can subsidise the theatre to keep going, same going down for now, so that won't happen.
Yeah, so that was one of the things that was that we did speak about, the 1.85 million. It is expected, but it is not required to be spent on a theatre. There's clearly a desire to move the Oldham Coliseum to a new building. That's the decision of the council and the Coliseum. But actually, the longer the inaction goes on, the more that the £300,000 of transitional funding isn't spent on keeping the theatre open. There's no good reason why that theatre cannot deliver, or the people of Oldham should have the artistic programme right up to pantomime season and a new plan that happens. It can be produced in car parks, it can be produced in streets, in schools, in town halls, between now and the opening of the new theatre, which is not guaranteed and isn't predicted until 2026. So yeah, that's what we want that money spent on, culture for local people.
What about the building itself? Capture the stage. There's going to be a carpet laid outside the bingo hall now.
Yeah.
Perhaps it could be an operating theatre.
Yeah, there's no sign from the Arts Council or the council as to what will happen to the building itself. Any more from you?
There's no more questions.
I was just going to ask, what are the next steps for Equity then? Do you have anything more that you've got in the pipeline in terms of how you can move the campaign forward, or is it kind of reaching the end of the line for how involved Equity can be now?
It's certainly not over, and it's not over until we have won a commitment to ensure that those actor weeks, those 400 actor weeks a year, the same level of actor employment is met within Greater Manchester. The next stage is to have a conversation with the council, Oldham Council, to make sure they understand what the Arts Council is saying. Is then to assess whatever bid is accepted, and it's highly likely bid will be accepted, and then also to put pressure on other local theatres to step up their employment of local actors. There is then a conversation to be had about making sure that the money that's been allocated is used for community programmes and actually delivering culture, and not just for redundancies and destroying the artistic workforce. That is the next stage of the campaign, and indeed our colleagues are waiting on redundancy meetings and so on, whilst everybody else fannies around dealing with the fallout from this decision that's now 3 months old. So yeah, there's two bits. One, carry on campaigning, secure those actor weeks, secure producing theatre in Oldham, and then the other bit is the really grim reality of dealing with people's employment contracts that the result of the Arts Council's decision has left them in.
I don't know how relevant this is, but has Sasha Lord had any input at all, or given any consolation on it? Being as he's a night time, you're probably one of the...
That's not something I'm aware of. I can't say with confidence in either direction. But no, but we
I know he's Greater Manchester still.
Yeah. And there is a conversation to be had. We have a very constructive relationship with Andy Burnham and his team. We have, we've had a good enough meeting with the local council. So everyone has an interest in making this work, because unless that community work carries on, there is a real threat to the ability of this region to carry on producing theatre, and that is allegedly in the context of a levelling up strategy, which frankly is lipstick on the pig of austerity that's been happening in our industry since 2005 and in the country since 2010.